Well, howdy, howdy, howdy.
Howdy, howdy.
From
Yourself.
the Lane Event Center in beautiful Eugene, Oregon, I am Johnny Pepper,
I'm Scott Chicken.
and we are on track 2 here at for this contest, which pits E-Ville Roller Derby up against Jet City Roller Derby.
Yes, the Jet City Bombers from Everett, Washington, and E-Ville from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. Let's rip through the Jet City roster.
Absolutely.
Can we get the Jet City roster up? Skating for Jet City today, number 03, Mary Contrary. Number 1, See Ya Wouldn't Wanna Be Ya. Number 10, Ava Derce. Number 13, The Mexorcist. 16 is Bombshell. 22, Terror Face Off. Number 25, Angelica De La Morte. Number 3, Chicklets Rock. 5, Ivana Hercha. 51, Crash Smash 'Em. Number 57, Ruby Rough and Tumble. 6, Razor Wrecker. 66, Are Ya Ready? Number 7, Tierra Nova Thrasher. Number 80, Beethoven's Fist. They are coached by Trailer Trash and MF Jazz. And that's your Jet City Bombers.
And the E-Ville Roller Derby from the Evil Dead. They are from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. And they are led by 1-2 Starstruck, 1-3-4-9 Razor, number 1-9 D-Minute, number 2 Breaking Babs. Not skating today, number 21 Belle Rebel, number 24 Shania Payne, number 29 Bloody Cooper, number 2931 Taz. Not skating today, number 333, Tough Love. 34, Austin Smash Shoes. Number 45, Ridiculous. Number 47, Naughty Dread. Not skating today, number 64, Attica Flinch. Number 66, Kat Von Doom. Number 68, Raz. Number 695, Clumsy Lover. The Captain, number 8, Tron. 800, Grace Bones. And not skating today, 812 Rossler. They are coached by Morrison, Boxcar, and Bruzy. They are ranked number 43 in the WFTDA, and they are from Alberta, Canada.
So they had a longer drive, clearly.
Just a little
than
bit.
Jet City did coming down from Everett. Also want to give a shout out to Hydraulic Tess, number 88 for Jet City, who is having a birthday today. But also,
Happy birthday!
Yeah, Tess's birthday present, also not skating.
That's not a cool birthday present.
No, not really. You know who is skating? Are You Ready? Are You
Yes.
Ready? Jamming for Jet City with Shania Payne jamming for E-Ville.
We're moments away from the start of this game. I'm getting excited. How about you, Scott?
I am as well. I like that we get to stare at the back of Wookiee Mistakes jersey because
May
I'm
the
like, that's a
4th
great
be
name.
with you.
It is perfect for the day.
Happy Derby Day.
Yeah, there's all kinds of derby today.
I love Derby days. And I think all days should be Derby days.
I'd get
Even
a
if
little
it's
tired,
practice day, it's a Derby day,
that's
right?
Very good point. Are you ready? And number 24, Shania Payne in launch position. As everyone backed up on the Rydell jam line. Whistle blows and away we goes.
Shania Payne winning that game yesterday against Sailor City in the last jam.
So I heard, and it was heard it was quite the excitement.
It was.
Are you ready? Lead jammer for the first jam as the pack lining up, getting ready to receive. Are you ready? Are you cutting around the outside? Shania Payne is in and through. Jam. I think the skaters thought the jam was called off, and then everyone sort of like, no, we didn't actually call this off yet. So we've got 8 points up for Jet City, 2 points currently.
Here at the Big O, we've got 3 tracks in close proximity.
Exactly.
Sometimes you hear inadvertent whistles. You better be paying attention to what
Keep
whistles
going.
you're hearing.
That was very interesting because I thought things were done. I'm like, oh, everybody's relaxing. I can stop talking. No, wait. Hold on. What's happening here?
Jam number 1 is in the books, 5-2. Jet City off to the early lead.
And I think official review being called very early, but I think maybe it's going to get waved off because the referee's already talking with the scoreboard and others. I see 9, I see 2. We saw 5 and 4 earlier. They're going to get it all worked out.
Also, if you want to interact with us here, use the hashtag Big O 2019. That's all numbers 2019. Use the hashtag Big O 2019 on all your tournament posts. If you want to send us pictures of your pets, use hashtag Big O Pets. and we'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
And we're so glad that you're tuned in.
That we are. We're sorry you can't be here because the Lane Event Center in Eugene, Oregon, a lovely, lovely facility.
Also, want to take this opportunity to go through our officials.
But let's hear from one first. I think Beverly's about to. They're working on the microphone.
Is Beverly going to tell us something? Cool.
Hope so.
This is E-Ville's official review. They're looking for a skating out of bounds called on the blue jammer.
Those are really, really cool squeals.
That was, yes.
That was Beverly Crusher, our lead official. They're going to tell us what happened here in a little bit. But Beverly Crusher, Wookie Mistake, X-Ray Ted, Gene Philip, Annan, Emin, Pika, Jersey, Law and Order, Tenacious D Cup, Sawed Off, D Molly Shore, Danger Muffin, Rhodes Warrior, Guacamole, Huff and Roll, Judge and Fury, and Justice Deliverer. They are our officials and our non-skating officials for today's contest here, and we could not do this without them. We thank them so much for their hard work and dedication.
Official volunteers are so much fun.
I love all volunteers.
Very good. So, yes, as Beverly Crusher mentioned, looking for the skating out of bounds penalty. So we'll explain to the coaches and then hopefully to us, and we'll see how the feedback scenario works out on that.
Also want to give a shout out to Derby Warehouse. Visit derbywarehouse.com for all your Derby gear needs with free shipping and free returns. Also want to give a shout out to the WFTDA and tickets.
Upon review, the outside pack did confirm that the skater did not have any contact prior to leaving the track. Because she left the track before the forces were complete, we are issuing a skating out of bounds call. Official review retained.
All right, so the official review retained. If you couldn't hear,
they won.
They won. And Are You Ready is now sitting in the penalty box for the skating out of bounds penalty. So we will have 66 carry forward if you're scoring at home on your handy home score sheet, which I've been trying to get going for 3 or 4 years, and I don't know. If you're scoring this game at home, I want a picture of your sheet. Use that with hashtag BigO2019.
I guarantee you somebody is doing that.
Somebody should be, that's for sure. Taz with the star for E-Ville. I think I caught that number right. We'll
D-Minted.
Saying D-Minted on the scoreboard. Maybe I didn't catch that number right. We'll see. Oh, see, I was wrong. I was looking at the wrong person. There you go. Don't write 2913 on your score sheet like I did.
White 19. And for Jet City.
That still Are You Ready and now standing in the penalty box off screen, about to re-enter.
So it's a power start.
It was.
Wow.
I know. And now D-Minted with lead and also through with 4 points. Are You Ready, though, out and quickly through as well, picking up, no points because it's an initial pass, but gaining speed. And Are You Ready heading into the pack and back block called. I was thinking they were going a little fast there. Are You Ready?
Quick shout out to the WFTDA, and tickets for the International WFTDA playoffs and championships go on sale June 17th, 2019. Mark your calendars right now and get tickets at WFTDA.com/tickets.
All right, now we have Taz lining at the jammer line. I wonder if they did. They may have done the 2 jammers out and then 1 runs off just to throw me off my game.
That's what they did.
They
just wanted the paperwork messed up.
Keep Scott Chicken's paperwork as messy as possible. Well, Taz pushing around the outside. Nice duck under the Mexorcist to grab lead jammer.
That was nice.
E-Ville now up 14 to 11.
Super early in this first half.
Super early, but Jet City locking down a little bit tighter at the front. Mexorcist now breaking back to bridge as E-Ville with a back 3 wall waiting the return of Are You Ready, now released from the penalty box.
Multiplayer block called on Jet City blocker number 80. As Beethoven's fist.
Yes, it is. And Are You Ready now back in, held up at the back as Taz pushing towards the front. 1 skater to beat is past, and Are You Ready also through, completes the initial. But Taz with 4 more. Taking them to 22-11.
Quick shout out to Stakes Contact Wear. Put some stakes between you and your opponent. Visit stakeswear.com for more information.
Stakes like, porterhouse or...
Yes. They're like derby pads.
Oh, all right. thought it was actual meat.
You can get them shaped like meat if you want, you know. But they will keep you safe.
That would be. Austin Smash Use at the star for E-Ville. Ivana Hercha jamming for Jet City, and Ivana forced out and rolled back as Austin Smash Use pushing, stretching the pack forward. Lots of bridging back by E-Ville. But Austin Smash Use through first lead jammer, third straight jam for E-Ville.
That took a lot of time to get to the pivot line.
It did. And Ivana Hercha kneeling on the outside of the track. Not sure if it's an equipment issue or waiting for someone to run back, or now crawls out, and jam is called off. E-Ville with 4 on the jam.
26-11, 25 minutes left in this first frame. Nobody really running away with this game yet. E-Ville out to an early lead.
Exactly. The double jammer penalties not helping Jet City's cause early in the game, and E-Ville just playing their game and holding steady. E-Ville now out with Shania Payne one more time. Started the game in the first jam and is back out in lead jammer. Eva Derche jamming for Jet City, looking to the inside. Bumped out by 68. Raz, but back up and through. Raz picking up a penalty on that play. Heads to the penalty box. 3 more, however, up for E-Ville.
Jam 5 in the books. 29-11, 24-25 left in this first half.
Jet City passes the star off to Crash Smash 'em. And Demented, number 19, back out as E-Ville following their line of jammers through.
E-Ville down 2 blockers to start this jam.
And those two racing the pack ahead. Crash Smash 'em, just enough of a shoulder to bump out of bounds. That was Razor again with the shoulder. And Demented is clear with lead jammer. Look at that beautiful, just a subtle touch defense to just get the foot out of bounds is all you need, and a little run back, slow things down, let your jammer break free. E-Ville grabbing 4 points, taking them to 33.
E-Ville look like they're employing that hit it and quit it strategy right now. 29-31. Blue 03.
Yep. So Mary Contrary with the star for Jet City, and number 29-31 Chaz jamming for E-Ville.
Here at the Rydell Jam line.
Yes, thank you.
That's what I'm here for.
You are here for the Rydell Jam line. That was a lovely move where Taz bumped out, like manages to keep 1 foot inbounds and spin the rest of the body around and just step past the pack.
That was Rydell fast.
and some quality edge work as well. Mary Contrary struggling on the outside edge. Nothing there. Trying to come back to the end, but forced out of bounds as Taz is through with 4 points. And Mary finally clears the pack. Racing down the backstretch as the pack trying to regroup at the top of turn 4. And Taz says, nope, we're just going to call that off and continue the Jet City scoreless streak.
Speaking of Rydell, experience world-class edging with the Radar Halo, available in a full range of hardnesses from 84A all the way up to 103A. There is a Radar Halo for everyone. For more information, go to Rydell.com.
Pack up at the unnamed Pepper and Chicken pivot line. If you'd like to sponsor that, by all means, tweet directly to us.
We take money. We take alcohol coupons.
And Ava Derche takes lead jammer on this first lead jam for Jetsons, jam number 1, and a power jam as well with the cut track to Austin Smash Use. So Jet City ending their, or looking to end their scoreless streak as Ava Derche engaged, but E-Ville waterfall into the front, forcing Ava to stretch out, push the pack forward, and finally passed.
Eva trying to take advantage of this power jam situation and put Jet City back into this contest.
Oh, almost swooping around the outside, but not quite. Bombshell knocking Razor out, but the rest of the pack had backed up far enough. Arrivederci has to scoot back. Austin Smash U's now out of the penalty box, about to come on screen. As Arrivederci through with another 4 points. 8 total on the jam so far. And an out of play called on Bombshell. Thins out the Jet City pack. Arrivederci adding 1 more point, taking Jet City to 20.
Quick shout out to Hit This Derby Gear. Hit This Derby Gear has everything you need to get rolling, from skates to protective gear. Unmatched service for all your derby needs. Before you hit the track, hit this. And I really want to say customer service. There was a skater last night that broke a plate, went over there to Hit This, skated in the same game.
Wow, that's quick turnaround. Nice work, Hit This. Are you ready with the star? Shania Payne jamming for E-Ville. Are you ready? Hung up at the back. Shania Payne stumbles through the middle, but grabs lead jammer. Are you ready? Out and giving chase.
E-Ville wanted me to tell everybody back at home, hi to everybody.
That is, it's a long way from Edmonton out here. And E-Ville sending 4 points home via the interwebs to their family and friends. And a timeout called by Jet City as we sit 41-20.
This timeout is brought to you by the social media team here at the Big O, working all weekend long to bring you live tweets and Facebook coverage throughout the event to supplement our awesome stream. And we like to thank those of y'all that are viewing at home. If you're watching this right now, we thank you so much for supporting Roller Derby and watching us.
Yes, indeed. Remember those hashtags, hashtag Big O 2019. If you want to tweet directly at this track, it's in the left side of your screen. Hashtag Big O Track 2.
Track 2. Here at the beautiful Lane Event Center.
Beautiful Lane Event Center.
Man, I love this place.
It's a fun tournament. If you ever have a chance to come, we suggest you
highly
make the trek
suggest
down to Eugene. And it seems like the last couple of years, I've been to the Big O for 5 or 6, I can't remember exactly. And I think there's only been one year where it wasn't beautifully sunny and mid-70s.
Awesome weather. You couldn't ask for anything more. And I came in early, a week early this year, and went up to Aberdeen and drove down the 101.
Nice.
Oh, my gosh,
coast.
it was so gorgeous.
Oregon coast is lovely.
Back to the action on the track.
Yes, indeed. Team timeout over. Demented jamming for E-Ville. Mary Contrary with the star for Jet City. Demented starting with a tiny run-up as everyone was crowded on the Rydell jammer line. Demented is not lead jammer with the no pass, no penalty. So Mary Contrary still eligible for lead if E-Ville will let her through, which they're doing their darndest not to allow, which I guess is technically their job. So good job, E-Ville.
Absolutely.
Way to hold the jammer back. Mary running to the outside. Number 12, Scarstruck, trying to give chase. And we must have reversed the who was not lead jammer and then was back to lead jammer.
Well, those 4 whistles are going to bring that jam to a close.
Somebody called off the jam, and I'm pretty certain it was not Mary Contrarius. She was being waved at. I think the no pass, no penalty was likely overturned earlier. 45-20 is our score.
19 minutes left in this first frame.
And Ivana Hercha lining up for Jet City. Taz with the star for E-Ville. Official timeout called.
This timeout is brought to you by Rydell. Experience world-class edging and the Radar Halo. Available in a full range of hardness from 84A all the way up to 103A. There is a Halo for everyone. For more information, go to Rydell.com.
And thank them for sponsoring the Big O.
Absolutely.
And our jammer line.
Buy some new skates today.
Nice.
You need new skates.
Yeah, sure. Everybody needs skates. I say that as someone who doesn't actually own skates, so maybe I should go buy some skates. Taz trying the outside, but shouldered out of bounds and rolled well back. Ivana Hercha jumping, trying to get around the outside, and is able to do so. Lead jammer Ivana Hercha and Jet City. Taz also clear of the pack and moving through quick. Ivana takes a little hop, skids to the knee, calls off the jam. All 4 points are up.
Awesome.
And only the second scoreless jam for E-Ville. So far this game, E-Ville's been super consistent with that, as you were saying, Johnny, the one call, get a pass, call it off every time.
They like that hit it and quit it strategy. And I can't blame them. That's the way to just chip.
Yep. Extend the lead. Make the other team work as hard as possible.
Grace Bones up on the Rydell jam line for E-Ville.
Yeah, this is Grace Bones' first time with the star in this game. Invitational jamming for Jet City is out and lead.
Grace Bones showing some real graceful moves right before this game started over there in front of the bench. I told her I was going to talk about that on TV, and she laughed.
Done. Invitational ducks low, but bumped just enough to slide out of bounds, calls off the jam. 4 points. Jet City takes them to 28. Let's see if Jet City trying to replicate the E-Ville plan of little chip, grab lead, get the point, grab lead, get the point.
When you can hold that other team scoreless, that's a great strategy to employ.
So Mary Contrary jamming against Shania Payne. Shania Payne going left to right, and there's room on the inside, through and lead. Mary Contrary also finding a gap on the inside edge, and the pack's starting to speed up as Jet rolling towards the front. E-Ville lining up at the back, awaiting the return of both the pivot and the jammer. I like to see Tron out of the penalty box and coming in as like the fullback lead blocker rolling in. But a 1 point steal for Jet.
Absolutely. That was textbook classic.
Just enough of a hip to keep the hips in front and bump her out and grab the point as the jam's being called.
If you're watching at home and you don't really understand how roller derby scoring works, when the hips pass the other hips, you get a point.
And if they don't, you don't. Simple. Aria ready jamming against Demented, and Demented again finding that lane on the inside. These E-Ville jammers are apparently able to go flat Stanley and just get through a space where there is no room.
Really good at creating holes in there.
And a forearm penalty called on Aria Reddy, so off to the penalty box. And a no pass, no penalty, 3 points up for Demented.
Demented out there in a power jam situation at the moment for E-Ville. The Evil Dead.
E-Ville dead. And Demented pushing. Takes a hip, but I think out of play. Yes, out of play called. Sending Chicklets Rock to the penalty box, so only 3 again. 2 3-point passes for Demented, but hey, 3 is better than 0.
3 is better than 0.
Better than running back.
3 better than 0.
Right, and then you don't have to run back and go through everybody again. Aria Reddy out of the penalty box. No points picked up. 2 more for E-Ville, rounding it up to an even 8.
15 minutes left in this first frame. Hope you are enjoying what you're watching right now.
Ivana Hercha backed out to jam for Jet City. Taz with a star for E-Ville. The pack split at the start. Jet pushing towards the pivot line. E-Ville rolling back to the back, but everybody glommed together now.
I like that word, glommed.
And then we split off again with a blocker from E-Ville straddling the line, joined up by number 7, Tira Nova Thrasher.
But they are given a bridging class, so.
Yes, that was a solid bridge class. Not lead jammer for Taz, however, as a no pass, no penalty called. So Ivana Hercha still eligible for lead.
Jet City loses a blocker to the penalty box.
Chicklets Rock sitting in the box, and Taz, not lead jammer, but getting the points done. 4 points up. Ivana Hercha still struggling on the outside as Tron teaming up with Natty Dread to just hold things down in front. Blockers rolling forward to try and stop things, and a star pass now by Ivana Hercha, passing it off to Beethoven's Fist. So we will go for 2 minutes on this jam, despite all the whistles I'm hearing in the background from the other track that are confusing me. We got 45 seconds of jam time left. Beethoven's Fist finally breaks clear. Taz forced out of bounds again, and Chicklets Rock with the run back long. Oh, Beethoven's Fist lowering the boom on the run through with the shoulder to Shania Payne. Is finally clear with 4 points. Taz on the third scoring run, picking up 12 total on the jam so far.
That was some action-packed roller derby right there.
I like when the primarily blocker ends up as the jammer, and it's like, I'm used to hitting you people. I'm just going through everybody. 4 more points up for Taz as time runs out on the jam. Beethoven's Fist able to get 2 more, so 16-6.
You can put a star on a blocker, but you can't take the blocker out of her.
So 35-69. Current E-Ville lead.
Quick shout out to the NPR fans. Check out 89.7 for all you Oregonians out there watching on the stream.
Yes, I was listening to that on the way down. They had a good jazz show going on Thursday night. Cut track called. Ava Derce to the penalty box. Austin Smashues, lead jammer for E-Ville.
In a power jam situation.
Indeed, and lining up for some points as our head ref standing by the scoring table talking to both coaches.
That's a little bit strange.
It is a little odd. She was over there and the jam started, and so like, well, we're just going to stay here. So, all right. Austin Smashues through with 4 points. Bumping E-Ville up to 73 as Smashues forced out of bounds and rolled back by Sia Wouldn't Want to Be a. David Erce now out of the penalty box and approaching the pack. Trying to stumble through the middle, but ends up knocked to the infield. Austin Smashues working on the outside. And absorbed by the pack. And David Erce almost through, but a beautiful running forward waterfall from Ridiculous to just slow things down enough and dump her to the infield. Austin Smashues through, despite the stumble of the jam ref, who kept the 4 up in the air the whole time. That's excellent extra points for that.
That's like falling down and not spilling your beer.
Exactly. I think it's a similar skill set. And now to the box goes Austin Smashues. So power jam for Eva Derce.
Got to give props to those officials. We have the best officialing staff here at the Big O every year. Brings out the best of all the officials across the land.
It does. Eva Derce passing the star off to Bombshell. And Bombshell finds room around the outside to finally complete the initial pass with 8 seconds remaining in the jam. Bombshell rolling forward. Will they make it back to the pack? Just as the jam is called. 2 points up for each team.
Just a friendly reminder that tickets for the International WFTDA playoffs and championships will go on sale June 17th, 2019. Mark your calendars now. Get tickets at WFTDA.com/tickets.
Excited for champs in Montreal. Got to finagle a way to get there.
Yes, I'm going to have to get my passport. Back to the action on the track.
Shania Payne jamming for E-Ville. Mary Contrary with the star for Jet City. Shania rolled back, and Mary Contrary out first, lead jammer, but Shania Payne, after that brief pause to run back, cuts through the pack as well. Almost said cuts through the track, but that's a penalty, so that's not what happened.
Where are JRDA champs this year?
JRDA championships will be in Loveland, Colorado, the last weekend of July.
See?
You should come on up. It's going to be a good time.
Absolutely.
2 tracks, 3 days.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
And so it's in Colorado?
It's in Colorado. Good,
Oh.
good. You get your altitude training in.
Absolutely.
So 2 points for Jet on the last jam. Mary Contrary picking up 2, 39-79. And we got 8:40 to go. Are you ready? Jamming against Demented. And again, just a monster lane on the inside opened up. E-Ville doing a good job of shifting the focus to the outside and bringing everyone with them.
Demented using that whistle as a burst of energy.
And Demented cuts into the pack, calls off the jam, bumped out of bounds, no points either side.
Plus, you got to give her teammates props for making a hole.
Yes. And on that one, Aria Reddy making it out and putting enough pressure on to force that call off. Back with Taz, set to jam for E-Ville, Ivana Hercha for Jet City in the pack. Right in between the two, now rolling back towards the Rydell jammer line. Taz dodging left and right and finding room on the inside edge.
That was real sneaky of Taz to draw everybody over there to go around.
Again, and then just a little burst of speed gets you out. Ivana Hercha almost clear, does keep the feet in bounds. Taz forced out of bounds, calls off the jam. 3 points this time. Taking E-Ville to 82.
7:20 left in this first frame. Don't forget to use the hashtag Big O 2019 to interact with us on the social media things.
You know, all those things, the Twitter things, the Instagram things.
Facebook things.
That's a thing too, yes.
Absolutely.
All the things.
All the things.
Except for that Google whatever it was.
That didn't last.
That didn't last. Grace Bones is last, and then his lead jammer jamming for the second time today for E-Ville. Eva Derche with the star for Jet City, but quickly passing it off. And that is Terra Nova Thrasher with the star now. So adjust your score sheet accordingly. Jammer number 7 for Jet City. 4 points up for E-Ville, and Terra Nova Thrasher sneaking in one at the end.
Grace Bones showing some grace in that call off with style. Little more than 6 minutes left in this first frame, 86-40.
Shania Payne and Mary Contrary squaring off at the Rydell jam line. As again, the pack just they're not committing to either the pivot or the jammer line. They're starting in the middle and then slowly rolling back. As Shania Payne forced to the infield rolled back, but the Jet City pack getting bounced around, and Shania Payne able to find room on the outside. Bombshell has to let go, and lead jammer Shania Payne and E-Ville. Mary Contrary also clear as Jet trying to gather, and E-Ville trapping a goat at the back of the pack.
I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about that footwork of Shania Payne right there. That's when you got to turn around while you're skating backwards. That is one of the hardest things to do on skates.
So Razor Wrecker held up at the back, and that let Shania Payne grab that quick point and then call it off. Excellent goat penning by E-Ville.
If you don't believe me, go to Derby Warehouse, buy you a set of skates, and try to do it in your driveway.
Be sure to get the driveway wheels. All right, Demented jamming for E-Ville. Ivana Hercha with the star for Jet City. And everybody just mashed together, moving forward, with the exception of Terra Nova Thrasher, who is moving to the penalty box for Jet City. So 4-on-3 advantage for E-Ville.
That was a mouthful right there.
That was. What is happening? Ivana Hercha is being rolled way back, as is Demented, and Ivana Hercha finally out first as lead jammer, as the pack got stretched out completely. So now both jammers able to get through.
That jam lasted for 30 seconds before lead jam status was awarded.
It was, yes. And Ivana forced out of bounds, calls off the jam just as Terra Nova Thrasher was released from the penalty box. But E-Ville, solid defense, holding him scoreless. So we sit 87-40.
4 minutes left in this first half. Then you'll be able to go refresh your beverage and walk the dog for a little bit.
And then come back, because we'll take like 10-minute break.
Absolutely.
It'll be perfect. Are you ready? Jamming against Taz.
Both jammers furiously trying to get through that pack.
And are you ready? Finds room on the inside edge. Lead jammer.
That's
Jet
2 in
City.
a row for Jet City.
It is indeed, and a penalty thinning out the pack. Well, maybe not. I think We thought there was a penalty to a blocker for E-Ville. Meanwhile, Aria Reddy, while the announcer is distracted trying to figure out who's going to the penalty box, gets 4 points and then jumps the corner beautifully for 4 more. Aria does enjoy going airborne.
We lost 3 skaters to the penalty box just now. Kat Van Doom and number 68.
Well, Raz sat and then was waved back onto the track because Raz was wondering if that was a penalty or not. 4 points up for Taz. And Aria Reddy heading to the penalty box now. So Power Jam going the other way, or to the non-lead jammer side anyway. So E-Ville now tying up.
And this jam will go for the full 2 minutes.
It will, taking us down to, well, what about 1 minute and 50, something like that?
That's
somewhere in
quick
that range.
math there.
I don't know. It was a guess. I'm probably wrong.
It's probably a pretty good guess.
Another penalty sending Jet City's Sia Wouldn't Want to Be It to the penalty box. Taz forced out to the inside and rolled well back by Razor Wrecker. Are you ready? Out. Oh, goes airborne and shoulder is met. So 4 points up for Taz as all attention was focused to the inside with the jump, the lateral leap from Aria Reddy, but Aria finally threw for 4.
Jet City's going to lose their pivot to the penalty box.
Yeah, it seems like there's been a lot of traffic in and out of the unsponsored penalty box. Time runs out on the jam. And an official review called by E-Ville. 4 more points up, 16-16 on the jam.
This official review brought to you by Stakes Contact Wear. Skates Contact Wear put some stakes between you and your opponent. Visit stakeswear.com for more information. And if you saying, Johnny Pepper, I really don't want to go, let me explain to you what stakes wear are.
Please do.
They are
I don't
derby
understand.
pants with little pockets to put pads in.
Oh, that does sound good, actually.
And if you got some pads on your places where you usually get derby kisses, you won't get derby kisses. And that is a very, very cool thing.
I've wondered since my daughter started skating when she was 7 or 8. And I'm like, I know in football they have pants that cover your tailbone. And back in the day, everyone wore those little honeycomb foam hip pad things. And then one of her teammates started wearing hockey pads. And I'm like, that is smart.
Absolutely.
You're not getting, especially when you shift to a concrete floor, you're not just landing flat on your rear.
And plus, it'll teach the people that hit you. If you got something hard there, they'll not hit you as hard.
That's
sometimes.
Yes. There you go.
There is a method to the madness. And for more information, go to stakeswear.com. Don't take my word for it. Go to the website and check them out.
So official review underway. We've got 1:36 to go in the half. Coming up next on this track after this game will be the Rose City Rosebuds All-Stars Juniors versus the Pile of Bones. Pile of Bones out of Regina, Saskatchewan, Canada. So we're getting back-to-back Canada games on track 2.
Pile of Bones, good squad. I called them yesterday morning.
Yeah, they are fun to watch.
They really, really are.
And if you're flipping channels at halftime, you can shift over what's going on right now over on track 1. You got Rose City B team versus Denver B team. But let's hear what's about this review.
Tell us something, Beverly.
Did you catch that? Something will stand. The no call will stand, I believe, and White loses their official review, which with 1:36. All right, they lost their official review.
They didn't lose it. They used it just now.
That's right. And they had used it earlier, too, so they got double.
Who do we got on the Rydell Jam line?
We have got Austin Smashoes jamming for E-Ville and Ava Derche for Jet City. Derche looking outside. Smashoes just kind of aiming for the middle, but now bumping to the out. As Ava Derche pushing to the inside and out, and just no one letting anyone go. Oh, and now off to the penalty box goes Austin Smashoes.
Eva Derche out there in a power jam situation, but getting knocked outside and forced to recycle right back behind Razor.
Chicklets Rock returning from the penalty box, and Eva Derche is now clear and lead jammer, third straight jam that Jet City has had lead.
That is 3 times in a row, isn't it?
Yes.
That's triplets.
It is indeed.
Jet City's going to lose a blocker to the box.
Yes, Ruby, which one was that? Ruby Rough and Tumble, I believe, heading to the
Ruby Rough and
box.
Tumble's been playing some awesome defense today, by the way.
And Invitational hopping through, 4 points up. As Austin Smash is released from the penalty box and back engaged. Still on the initial pass.
29 seconds left in the period clock, 50 seconds left on the jam clock.
And a cut track called on Invitational, so that will be the final jam of the half. As we got 43 seconds of jam time and 20-something of period clock. Star pass off for E-Ville. And now number 12, Scarstruck, is your jammer of record for E-Ville. 4-on-1 in the pack, now back to 4-on-2-3.
I don't know who landed that hit, but it was a big one.
There was a lot of thumping and falling on that run.
There was some thumping.
Scarstruck finally threw 4 points up as Invitational stands and is released from the penalty box. So both teams now turning to offense, defense. Hip check from Tierra Nova Thrasher, bumping Scarstruck out of bounds, and Razor for E-Ville, shouldering Tierra Nova Thrasher out. And Trailer Trash says, just because time's out in the half doesn't mean I'm not going to use my official review, because it's still technically the first period, and so he's got one to take.
Absolutely. We're going to check out this and see what it's all about. Meanwhile, I want to say a shout out to our good friends over there at Derby Warehouse. Visit derbywarehouse.com for all your Derby gear needs with free shipping and free returns. If something's wrong with your order, you can send it back and they'll gladly take it.
That they will. So we will sit at the official review leading into halftime. 109-65 is our current score.
We can go ahead and wildly speculate about what it is.
It will be wild speculation. It'll be fun. But we're going to go to halftime because I heard the swoopy whistle.
I did hear a swoopy whistle.
They're going to review during the half, and we will be back in 10-ish, I believe.
I'll go with that, but let's go ahead and talk.
Should we just wildly speculate?
Absolutely.
All right, so Wookie Mistake, I think, is saying, I don't know, I could go for a burger.
Do you know what you call a group of zebras?
I did know, but now I've forgotten.
It's called a dazzle.
See, I was like, is it bedazzled? No, I'm like, no, that's what you do to your jeans.
Dazzle. So for all you watching at home, a group of zebras is called a dazzle. You learn something new every day. It's a good day. And that's going to take us to halftime.
There we go.
So go refill your beverage. Take the dog for a walk. Give the kitty some food. And we'll see you in about 9 minutes. I'm Johnny Pepper.
I'm Scott Chicken.
See you soon.
And
live.
It does look that way. Well, look, there's our faces on the screen. Johnny Pepper, I had a lovely halftime. I went and chatted with Coach Trailer Trash of Jet City, and he said that their official review at the end of the half was they were asking if the helmet cover of the jammer for E-Ville, they thought it was completely concealed on the way out of the box. The ref said, no, we could see it from the other side of the hand. So that did not get upheld, and there will be no penalties going into the half. There are penalties, though.
There are some penalties. 18 for E-Ville and 22 for Jet City. Kind of reflected in the score.
Yeah.
Nobody's in real trouble. There's a few skaters with 4.
But no one knocking on the edge of the door. We had a game yesterday where at the half, I think there were 2 skaters with 5 on either side. And that was a little excessive. And not surprisingly, I think they fouled out.
So it's really not a penalty-heavy game. It's a penalty-medium game.
Yes.
And I think if you take out 4 jams, there wouldn't be hardly any penalties. There were just 4 jams where everybody was just doing what they wanted to do.
And getting penalized accordingly and sent to the penalty box. So we sit at the coming into the second half, 109-65. E-Ville, as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, ranked 43rd. Jet City ranked 63rd. So within the world of WFTDA rankings, E-Ville should be ahead. And lo and behold, there they are.
But don't count out Jet City. They're still going to play another half.
That's true. They just shifted benches. They aren't just packed up and leave. Or packed up and left, which I think would technically be the correct way to
remember
phrase
a game yesterday. E-Ville was in behind all game long, won it in the last jam.
All right, and we're just getting a look at the Pile of Bones misdemeanors, warming up for their upcoming game. They'll be next here on track 2 after this game, taking on the Rosebuds All-Stars from Rose City for your junior derby on track 2. That'll be a nice lead-in to this 4 o'clock game on track 1 where I'll be for Santa Cruz Derby Gromshells versus the Seattle Derby Brats Galaxy Girls.
I'm going to be off for a little while, which is
nice
really,
break.
really
That's
cool.
awesome.
I'm ready to go get some lunch.
Well, hopefully you had your lunch and you are ready for half number 2. Number 19, Demented, set to jam against David Erce for Jet City, and
Both jammers are really low at the Rydell jam line.
they are. Everybody's like lined up, and then we realized, wait, there's no jam timer. We can relax for a second or two. Enjoy my official Lane County Event Center beverage.
Yeah, they're really, really green here in Oregon.
They are.
And man, I got to give them props for all that. Trying to reduce their carbon footprint everywhere they go.
Yep, if you do come down to the Big O, bring your own water bottle. They do sell some, but it's discouraged. You're sort of sneered at if you're walking
They
around
sell
with a
water bottles.
Yep.
The bottles that you put water in is what I mean.
Yes, that is also true. All right, both jammers again. Ducking super low behind the refs, so they're hard to see on the camera. Now, nice work. Thank you, Wookie Mistake, for shifting slightly to the left so we could see.
Back to the action on the track.
Demented lining up. Demented almost clear on the inside, but hipped to the out. And Ivederci working on the outside of the track, now cutting back to the end. Demented hops a leg and grabs lead jammer, first lead of the second half. And a quick star pass off. Jet City, the rapid pass to Tierra Nova Thrasher.
Remember, for those of y'all new to Derby back home, the pivot, the leader of the pack, can't accept a star from the jammer at any time.
And Demented can accept the 4 points from the referee, but so can Terra Nova Thrasher.
Early in the second half, 113 to 69.
And Ivana Hercha back out to jam for Jet City, along with Taz, number 2931 for E-Ville. Penalty box empty at the moment.
It's a very, very good thing.
It is.
They went
got
to
a lot of business.
They went to halftime and talked about, hey, let's scrub up them penalties, let's keep it clean.
They were working hard in the penalty box during late in that last half. Taz through, lead jammer, E-Ville. Ivana Hercha pushing towards the front, pack stretching, and Ivana bumped out and rolled back.
I want to say Taz got that lead jammer status before they got to the named pivot line.
Just about. That was a rapid rush up the outside. Another star pass for Jet City.
E-Ville's going to lose a blocker to the box. That is 66, Kat Von Doom.
And Bombshell hipped out by Natty Dread and rolled all the way back. Natty Dread joined by Raz and Tron as they are forcing Bombshell left and right. But Bombshell finally through. Taz, meanwhile, grabs another 4 points. Checks in with the bench, and the bench is like, we only got 2 blockers on the track. Now we're up to 3.
Got to give props to Bombshell for using that patience to stay right there before that hole opened up.
Taz finding room to hop on the inside. Bombshell following through the same gap. But a no pass, no penalty, giving 3 points to Bombshell as the pack again thinning down. Now 2-on-2. So we've only got 2 blockers on either side. One of those blockers for Jet City is Ivana Hercha, starting off as the jammer. And Taz hits through the pack one more time, grabs another 4 points.
But 2 points awarded to the other side.
So those 2 will take Jet City to 5 total for the jam, 75. Ooh, and there's another 4. I thought there were 4 passes. 129 for E-Ville.
You got to trust your work down there.
I'm like, wait, did I miss something?
You remember back in math school?
Right, I do.
You have to trust your work.
Yes. Show it and trust it. My kids never quite got that, but I can figure it out in my head. Why can't I just do that? Like, because we need to see how you got there.
Back to the action on the track.
Yes. Are you ready? Enough math class talk. Are you ready jamming against Shania Payne? Shania Payne pushing through, lead jammer. Are you ready? Close behind. I saw Aria when I was talking to Trey and asked, hey, what's with the bandage on the face? And apparently she caught a corner of a helmet off the nose and had to get that taped up. I'm like, it's a pretty badass look, really, but
I kind of like it.
It's like one of those Breathe Right strips, only larger.
I mean, I got a Sharpie if she wants to draw stuff on it.
So a quick call-off 0-0 jam And we stay 129 to 74. Mary Contrary now jamming for Jet City. Austin Smashoes, number 34, with the star for E-Ville. The E-Ville dead at full strength. Jet City 1 shy in the pack. And make that 2 shy as Chicklets Rock goes to join Beethoven's Fist in the box. And Chicklets Rock, I think, picking up the bonus penalty for not exiting the track directly to the side. But
in a timely manner?
Yep, kind of cutting backwards.
That's going to be a minute in the box.
Yes, and that'll be probably some chat from the coaches. Oh, look, Bombshell's coming over to sit as well. So 4 points up for Austin Smashoes and 2 blockers on the track for Jet City 4 for E-Ville, and Mary Contrary forced out of bounds and forced to roll back as Austin Smashoes threw 4 more.
I don't think that was Bombshell's intention to go join her friend in the box.
So. I don't think she felt like she needed to go keep her company.
And she's going to draw the ire of the coach.
All right, pass the star pass to Beethoven's Fist. Beethoven's Fist not quite able to get back before the jam is called. 12-0 for E-Ville, 141 to 74. See Chaz running out to, just tossing someone.
Making sure that everybody had what they needed.
Yes. When in doubt, run out and just throw the helmet cover at somebody.
That whistle's going to start the action on the track. We got D Minted wearing the star for E-Ville.
And Ivederci jamming and caught up behind the pack, so quickly pulling the star off and passing it to Terranova Thrasher as Demented is lead jammer. And Terranova Thrasher clear. And ducks around the outside, keeps the feet in bounds, all 4 points up. Demented forced out of bounds and rolled back, sitting on 4 as well. Again with the ducking low under the hip. But Terranova Thrasher sneaking in with 2 more at the whistle.
Jet City chipping away at that lead.
A slight advantage for the jam, 2 points up to E-Ville, so thinning that the points differential. Maybe is that the
yes,
that
is
we're
the correct
aiming
term.
For? Get closer when you can.
When you can.
Ivana Hercha jamming against Taz, and both teams full strength. As our box manager, Danger Muffin, running out to the middle of the track to say, I don't have anybody in the box. Let's keep it that way. Oh, wait. Can't do so. High block called on Taz. So announcer curse once again. Taz to the penalty box and a star pass on the Jet City side. Bombshell back with the star. So a 2-minute jam. And this is Jet City's 4th star pass in 6 jams this half.
And this jam will last another 1 minute, 20 seconds.
And Bombshell through with 4. Bombshell had good luck with the star pass at the trailing end of the first half. She's a veteran of the sport, having played junior derby for Mob City.
Nice little pirouette to the outside for Bombshell right there.
And low block called, sending Taz back to the penalty box. So a power jam resumes.
Not very often that you get 2 power jams in the same jam.
Right, because usually someone will have called it off, but not this time because we're all going for 2 minutes. So Bombshell is through for 4 again as Ivana Hercha slides over to the penalty box to join Ruby Rough and Tumble, and 2 blockers now on the track to 4 for E-Ville.
Coach Trey's over here yelling at everybody in the box.
And we're all going to roll back behind. As Sia wouldn't want to be a leading Taz back, and the E-Ville pack leading Bombshell back. Bombshell accelerating through. Taz clears to complete the initial. We got 16 for Jet City as time ticking down 3-2-1 on the jam. Neither jammer will catch back up.
That was an awesome jam.
That's a good narrowing of that score differential there with 16-0. Takes us to 96-149.
That's exactly what Jet City needed.
If only you could guarantee that every time. You'd have a star pass, we'll get a couple of jammer penalties on the other side, and we'll get 16 points.
3 more jams like that, they'd be right back in.
There you go. But
Shania Payne's going to wear the star for E-Ville, and she's got other intentions.
Exactly. Are you ready? Jamming for Jet City. Arya held up and dancing to the side, but forced out of bounds. Shania Payne just pushing at the front. On the pack, stretches it out and grabs lead jammer. As Beethoven's Fist was able to hold for a while, but not forever. Are you ready? Also out, and Shania Payne back up to the front. Nice clean-up block coming from Ridiculous. Shania Payne calls off the jam.
Wow, what an apex jump.
Arya trying to get anything at the end, but not able to land it in time. So a 3-0 E-Ville run.
Are you ready? Trying to do her best Pete Rose impersonation, sliding into second, front first.
Yes.
That's awesome.
I asked somebody once when that rule about you can have one hand down out of bounds.
Yes.
Well, like, can you do a one-handed cartwheel over the middle? And, like, as long as your feet don't touch down? Is
one
that
hand is still in bounds.
Mary Contrary jamming against Grace Bones. And Mary Contrary grabs the first lead jammer of the half for Jet City. As Chicklets Rock returning to the penalty box, given a swipe of the throat. Let's check that list and see if maybe she is fouled out. I'm not sure. Well, she had 3 at the half, so this might be 6. I haven't been keeping track. I know she had 2 in the last jam. In any case, let's talk about what's happening on the track.
Absolutely,
Mary
we can.
Contrary held up and pushing side to side. Grace Bones finally completes the initial. Mary Contrary through with 4.
Grace Bones on a scoring pass, but Mary Contrary right behind.
And 3 on 2 in the pack. Grace Bones just rolls right through the middle.
Bulldozing right through the back.
Yep. Razor Wrecker trying to stop it, and nothing was gonna interrupt Grace Bones getting through that back, I don't think. Ooh, big shoulder from Natty Dread, knocking Mary Contrary out of the camera view and almost into the photographer's seat over in the corner.
We'd like to take this opportunity to thank all our photographers here at the Big O. They are volunteers, and they make us look so good.
They do.
Thank you so much for what you do.
See Jet City's lead photographer, Anthony Floyd, sitting over there. Almost got Mary Contrary in the lap. You can't see it. It's well off to the left of the view from the camera here, but 8-8 on the jam, 104 Jet City, 160 E-Ville. Arrivederci jamming against Demented.
Now, it seems to me in that first half that Demented 3 seconds into the jam would already be out front.
Right. This time a little bit tied up, and door closed on the inside edge, and lead jammer going to Arrivederci.
Props to Jet City for learning during the half.
Yes. Bloody Cooper standing in the penalty box as a blocker for E-Ville, waiting to come back. Arrivederci swings around. Ridiculous, calls off the jam, picks up the 4 points.
Hit it and quit it, hit it and quit it. 17 minutes left in this contest. That's exactly what Jet City needs to do to get back in this contest.
And we're back with Ivana Hercha jamming against Taz.
Props to E-Ville for those high contrast jerseys
And
with the
huge
names
numbers.
on top.
It's a beautiful thing.
If you're wondering about what we're talking about, names on top of home are really cool for announcers because, we're learning your names, and it makes
They're
it
easy
real
to
cool
read.
to be able to read them.
So true, especially at tournaments. Taz is out and is your lead jammer. Ivana Hercha with the star in hand, but moving towards the front and trying to dance around the outside. Taz cuts to the in and grabs the 4 points quickly. As Ivana Hercha still held up and does get the star passed off to Bombshell.
Bombshell with a hop and a skip right across that apex.
Taz now pushing to the middle. Here's the cry from the bench to call it off. 3 more points up for E-Ville.
Peace sign is good. 3 points awarded on that jam. 167 to 108, 16-16 left in this game.
Shh, don't tell anyone.
Shania Payne's going to be the jammer record next jam.
Number 24, Shania Payne. Jamming against number 66, Are You Ready? For Jet City.
We've seen this matchup before.
We have. And it often has ended up with Shania Payne racing up the inside, or Are You Ready? Racing up the inside. This time they're both looking on the outside, and Shania Payne heading to the penalty box and going very quickly. That was a sprint to the penalty box. Like, I got to sit down as fast as I can.
Are you ready out there in a power jam situation for Jet City?
And Arya almost in, but Razor closes off that lane. Arya again trying to get out, but hipped there, running to the outside. This time, the toes stay in bounds. And there's your 4 points.
That was a hard-fought 4 points.
Thought it was. Razor heads to the penalty box, where Shania Payne has just been released, and Shania Payne rolling around the outside as Are You Ready? Squaring off with Scarstruck at the front. And Shania Payne, beautiful little hop to complete the initial pass. Are You Ready? Calls off the jam. Picking up 4 more points, 8 total on the jam. 116, 167.
Jam 11 of the second half into the books.
Now on the Rydell jam line, number 03, Mary Contrary, and 5.5 feet behind the Rydell jam line, number 34, Austin Smashoes.
That's cool that you know that that's 5.5 feet back.
I'm like, it's between the line and the 10-foot mark.
Absolutely.
Shh, don't give up my secrets.
I'm not telling.
Mary Contrary, her secret is she's late jammer, and it's not really a secret because there's somebody pointing at her to indicate it.
That's 3 in a row, is it not?
That is, 2 in a row.
Okay.
But close enough. There was a break before there was another one, but,
3, sir.
Dread, yeah. Natty Dread heads to the penalty box.
See, you wouldn't want to be a heads to the penalty box.
See, you just wanting to keep Dread company. Mary Contrary calls off the jam after rolling past one, picks up all 3.
But not before 3 points are awarded on that pass to Blue. Jet City chipping away at that lead. Going to get right back in this game. We got a timeout on the floor, and this timeout's brought to you by Rydell. Experience world-class edging with the Radar Halo. Available in a full range of hardnesses from 84A all the way up to 103A. There is a Halo for everyone. And for more information, go to Rydell.com.
When we roll out of this timeout, we will have Ivana Harchid jamming for Jet City. And I saw number 19 Demented with the star earlier, but now all the E-Villes have gone back to the bench. So who knows who might come out to jam.
Also want to remind everybody that tickets for the International WFTDA playoffs and championships will go on sale June 17th, 2019. Mark your calendars right now. For more information, go to WFTDA/tickets.
So yes, Demented is out to jam.
If you want to go to Montreal and see championships this year.
Yes. Man. Or come out to Utah for the Cup.
Absolutely,
North
for the
America
Cups.
West. In the East, where's the East Cup? Somewhere in the East, I believe.
I might have to pull it up.
I forget. I just know the ones that are. Since I'm a West Coast guy, I'm like, I could drive to that one.
I guarantee you, I'll have it for you in 2 minutes.
All right, Demented has the lead jammer in much less than 2 minutes because that would be the end of the jam. Both teams starting off 1 blocker shy. Dread released first. Sia Wouldn't Want to Be a. Is also released just as Ivana Hercha sits on a forearm penalty. So power jam, lead jammer, and 4 points up for Demented. Demented looping around. E-Ville playing the passive-aggressive, starting on the outside, now sweeping into the middle. Jet City trying to counter and slowly rolling things back as Demented forced out of bounds for the second time to the inside. Ivana Hercha released from the penalty box as the bench for E-Ville waving to call off, but Demented might have not noting and finally picking up the call, calls off the jam as Ivana Hercha was back out 3 points up for E-Ville.
We are at the Big O, and it's kind of early in the WFTDA season, but you asked me, Johnny, what about the WFTDA postseason? August 9th through 11th, the Continental Cup North is going to be in Orem, Utah. August 23rd through the 25th, the Continental Cup North American East is going to be in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. International Playoffs, Winston-Salem, September 6th through the 8th. September 13th through the 15th in Seattle. Back to the action on the track.
Yes, indeed. Invitational jamming for Jet City. Taz with the star for E-Ville. Invitational forced out of bounds, rolls back behind Dread. Taz pushing to the front, pushing, and is clear. Lead jammer, E-Ville. The E-Ville dead as Invitational passes off the star. Bombshell again, the recipient, and this time knocked directly out of bounds. Razor with the run back as Bombshell forced out to the inside. 4 points up for Taz.
Ruby Rough and Tumble going to lose that blocker status to the penalty box.
And your lead blocker. That's a new one. We should come up with a symbol for that.
You know?
Taz through with 4 more points. As Bombshell still working on the initial. Forced out excellent defense on that star pass from E-Ville, where Bombshell was in great position to run forward, but just clipped enough to be forced out after the pass. Finally, Bombshell is clear. Sia wouldn't want to be sent to the penalty box. Taz hops through the pack for a third pass and calls off the jam. Where else we got playoffs?
Back to the WFTDA postseason. We also have a Continental Cup Europe this year. Going to be in Helsinki, Finland, October 5th through the 6th. Hosted by Kaleo Roller Rainbow. You got to go check that out. And, of course, the International WFTDA Championships this year in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Hosted by the Montreal Roller Derby.
That will be a fun one.
November 15th through the 17th.
Nothing says mid-November like going to Canada.
2019.
Does it snow up there by then? I don't know. I've never been to Montreal, so I'm not sure what the weather is like that time of year.
I'm sure it'll be cold, but we'll be indoors. We'll be checking out the roller derby championships.
Point.
So
that is, I had not factored that in. The joys of the indoor sport. Team timeout.
So I'm sure we can bring a burn barrel, maybe. I don't know.
Would they let you across the border if you said it's just a burn barrel?
It's just a burn barrel.
That's all. Brought it from my backyard. No big deal.
I'm sure they'll have heat in the building.
All right, that's probably true. Jet City calling this team timeout as they regroup over at the bench. Shania Payne set to jam for E-Ville. Are you ready? Coming out with the star from the bench for Jet City. 10 minutes, 49 seconds to go. 186-123. E-Ville in the lead. And E-Ville with the one skater advantage in the pack as Sia wouldn't want to be. Sits in the penalty box for Jet City. Shania Payne pushing, and through on the outside. Are you ready? Running and shouldered to the ground. As Shania Payne bumped to the inside. Now pushing again. Are you ready? Is clear of the pack. And Shania Payne calls off the jam.
10-19 left in this contest. Jam number 15 into the books, 188-123. Coming up next on the line, we've got Grace Bones wearing that star for the E-Ville Dead.
And that's number 5, Ivana Hercha, jamming for Jet City. And poor Sia wouldn't want to be a still. Was almost out of the penalty box for Jet City, but not quite, as the jam was called before she could be released. So one blocker each as Razor sitting for the E-Ville Dead.
2 more seconds away.
I know, all she needed was those 2 seconds. Well, Grace Bones used those 2 seconds and a couple more to grab lead jammer Ivana Hercha. Forearm penalty called. Power jam E-Ville Dead as Grace Bones rolls into the pack, and that will be a back block So we will swap out our jammers and have a 2-minute jam for everyone's entertainment.
Grace Bones didn't even look around to
No.
see, I know I
She's
did
like,
it.
"That
I'm going
was
to the
clear."
box. It's okay.
I'm cutting right across the track. Don't give me that extra 2 minutes. And it's a very short power jam swap out as Grace Bones released. Ivana Hercha back engaged. No one lead jammer. No one points at this point.
This jam will go for another minute 6.
Yes, Grace Bones on a scoring pass. Ivana Hercha, I believe, still on the initial. And Ivana finally stumbles out to complete that initial pass. Grace Bones held up by Bombshell at the back of the pack as Dread and the Evil Dead ready to receive Ivana Hercha, and Dread with just the lovely sternum check, knocking Ivana back on her seat. Finally out of the pack with 4 points is Grace Bones, as Ivana Hercha also pushing through for 4. 30 seconds to go in the jam. And both jammers returning to the pack as bodies go falling and penalties are called, and Grace Bones heading to the penalty box for another back block.
Multiple penalties are called.
Oh my God, there was a lot of people falling and I wasn't clear who was getting called for what. Ivana Hercha forced out of bounds. Tron with the shoulder check and the slow rollback as Ivana comes in behind Raz, but the whistle blows first. 4 points up for Jet City. An official timeout called
By the officials.
That's who it should be. All right.
In case I
They gotta
forgot,
figure out who's where.
Evo Roller Derby wanted me to give a shout out to the Toronto Men's Roller Derby League
All right.
and the Vancouver Murder.
Excellent. Vancouver Murder, fun to watch.
Canadians are sticking together, man. That's cool.
You go, Team Canada.
Go, Team Canada.
Speaking of Team Canada, coming up next here on Track 2, use that hashtag Big O Track 2. You will see Canada's Pile of Bones Misdemeanors from Regina, Saskatchewan junior team taking on the Rose City Rosebuds All-Stars.
You know where they got that name, Pile of Bones?
No.
I was talking to them
Yeah.
yesterday. This city was built on the bones of bison back in the day.
Wow. That doesn't seem like a very solid foundation. I would feel like that would shift around a lot.
I'm just saying what they told
man.
you. I'm not analyzing.
No, I'm not. I'm
pass
merely,
along the information.
merely throwing out some. I'm not sure from an engineering standpoint if that's your best choice, but what the heck? It's a great story either way.
I thought so. 5 seconds called on the track. Back to the roller derby action right here
Does that
on
mean that,
track 2.
That Regina is like some sort of bison pet cemetery scenario going on?
Yes.
That would be frightening. Mary Contrary out the front, bumped out, but the skater went out as well, choosing to take the no pass, no penalty and continue on to get points, giving up the chance of lead jammer. Lead jammer available for Grace Bones as soon as she is released from the penalty box. Mary Contrary on the scoring pass. Forced out left and right. Grace Bones now in as E-Ville loses the pivot. That's 29-31. Taz heading to the penalty box, and Grace Bones now lead jammer. And does call off the jam. Mary Contrary picking up 3 of the possible 4 points. 134 Jet City now, 192 E-Ville.
6:50 left in this contest.
Eva Derce out to jam for Jet, and Demented with the star for E-Ville. Both teams shy on jammers, 3-on-2 advantage for E-Ville. Although Jet City getting Terranova Thrasher back shortly. She's standing in the penalty box right now, but Demented says, I will take those 2 blockers and move them out of my way and grab lead jammer.
That was awfully fast, too.
Yes, it was. Eva Derce, star in hand, forced out of bounds and rolling back as Demented in and cuts inside of Terranova Thrasher to grab the 4 points. Eva Derce not passing the star to Bombshell this time, just choosing to roll through the pack. Pops the star back on the helmet. Demented hipped out twice, calls off the jam. 3 points.
Picking up 3 more. That takes them to the 200 door.
Just on the edge. They're like knocking.
They're knocking. Knock, 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 knock.
199, 134. 5 minutes, 30 seconds to go by the time this jam starts. Shania Payne squaring off with Are You Ready?
Where did all that time go?
I don't know.
That seemed like really, really fast game right there.
It has. This game, both games I've called this weekend have gone pretty quickly.
Speaking of quick,
Shania Payne very quick out and lead jammer. This time she says, I see your defense, and that don't impress me much. So I'm going to cut through and get 4 points.
hold my beer and watch this.
Right. I had to work in some sort of Shania Twain lyric at some point in the game, right?
Come on over.
Are You Ready? Bumped out to the infield. Has
I'm
to
picking
roll
up what you're laying
back
down.
And now a power jam with the low block call to Shania Payne. So we'll have another 2-minute jam, and Are You Ready? Finally completing the initial 3 blockers on the track for E-Ville. Shania Payne, she's in the penalty box. Are You Ready? Cuts to the inside edge. I'm so used to the E-Ville jammers taking that line.
Are you ready?
And then Arya jumps right through, grabs the 4. This time looking to the outside, swerving through the pack, bouncing off a shoulder, and 4 more up. Jet City squaring up with the tripod at the back, awaiting the return of Shania Payne, who makes impact and almost breaking through the edge. Are You Ready? Ducks to the outside, keeps it inbounds, and picks up 4 points. 30 seconds to go in the jam as Shania Payne still pushing, waiting the release of someone breaking free, but no one's able to as both defenses are just locked up on their blockers. Nobody can take a time for offense.
Got to give props to both teams locking down that defense there.
Finally, Shania Payne able to break out and pick up 4 points.
Little less than 3:30 left in this game.
Are You Ready? Bump to the outside, recycles through 3 points and 3 points. A 3-3 last pass tie.
And in case you're wondering about that WFTDA postseason stuff, if you want some more information, go visit WFTDA.com/cups or WFTDA.com/tournaments for more information.
Jet City taking their final team timeout with 3:19 to go. Trey out to have a little chat with our head referee, Beverly Crusher.
I love Beverly.
Yeah. All the refs are so nice.
And they're sharing their room, and they get really good food delivered.
They do get good food delivered here. If you're a ref or an NSO or an announcer and you're looking for a tournament that will bring you some lovely lunch, the Big O is for you.
Thanks to the good people at Emerald City Roller Derby.
Yes, indeed.
Oh, my God.
Putting on a good tournament and have for years.
Such grace as hosts. Love the team in green.
All right, back up for jam number 20 of the second period. E-Ville Dead versus Jet City Bombers. Ivana Hercha with the star for Jet City. Number 34, Austin Smashues jamming for E-Ville. Whistle blows, action starts, and a lot of stumbling. As people go down and others fall over them. And almost out Austin Smashues, but not quite forced to the infield. Ivana Hercha struggling through, but Austin Smashues finding the room on the inside edge.
Ivana Hercha real close behind.
The E-Ville Dead do, again, another great job of just that one last blocker to slow down the Jet City jammer just long enough for their jammer to get through. Like, oh, we're not, she's held up. Jet's starting to think we've got this, and then just one extra little hit. It's all they've needed. Both jammers on the scoring pass now. As Austin Smashues held up at the back. Jet City with one blocker in the penalty box. Sia wouldn't want to be a back to take a seat. Austin Smashues rolled back. Ivana Hercha rolled back. Pack spreading out left and right. And finally, Austin Smashues comes through. First points of the jam. minute 10 into it.
That's what I was going to say. It took a long time to put
run.
a point on the board for that jam.
Yeah. Ivana Hercha forced to the infield again and now squaring up with Tron as Austin Smash U's through for 4 more.
Once the scoring starts, it is.
Yep. All right, Bombshell picking up the star. 4 points awarded. Those 4 points from Ivana Hercha, of course, who had picked them up in those 15 times she was recycled. But finally, Bombshell able to break out and collect them. 4 more for E-Ville. A total of 12 on the jam.
Jam 20 in the books. 222 to 153.
And we're under the 2-minute warning. You have
Yes,
been warned.
we are. So I want to take this opportunity. If you're still watching, thank you so much for sticking around to watch Roller Derby.
Yes.
Tell 2 friends.
And they'll tell 2 friends, and so on.
So
and
on,
so on.
so on, so on. Back to the action on the track.
Taz.
It's on the Rydell Jam line.
Taz was on the Rydell jam line for E-Ville. Mary Contrary for Jet City. Mary Contrary held up at the back. Taz pushing towards the front, getting some offensive assistance from Razor, who bounces off of Beethoven's fist. But Taz is lead jammer. Mary Contrary now tied up, and Beethoven's fist turning to offense to break open a lane. Mary is clear. Taz rolling back as we're down to 30 seconds on the game clock, 1:23 on the jam. Taz pushes through and checks with the bench. Bench says, sure, go ahead and call that off.
And with 20 seconds left, unless a timeout gets called.
We'll see. Trailer Trash looking at the clock, jogging over, checking in with Ava Derche. They do have an official review, does Jet City. Will Trey take the official timeout? He's checking in. We're looking at the clock, and I'm guessing the answer to that is no.
No.
No, we're going to call it. Our unofficial final score. I haven't seen the whistle blow yet. Yep, no whistles blowing yet. The jam is not
They'll
started.
get together.
They'll
We'll
figure
talk
it out.
about it. We will hear a whistle.
At some point, there will be a whistle, but your unofficial final score, E-Ville Roller Derby's E-Ville Dead. The victors, 226. Jet City Bombers, 155. I almost said 115. I'm like, that's 2 5s.
Yes, 155.
I think I need a break and another
There you
soda.
go.
There's our swoopy whistle.
There's our swoopy whistle.
So thank you, as Johnny Pepper mentioned, thank you for tuning in to Big O Track 2. Remember your hashtags, Big O 2019, and we want to see your cats and dogs. Hashtag Big O Cats, hashtag Big O Dogs.
Absolutely, we do.
Hashtag Big O Pets, hashtag Big O Lemurs. Whatever kind of pet you have, we want to see it. Stick around on Track 2 if you're interested in the Junior Derby. We've got the Rosebuds from Rose City against the Misdemeanors from Pile of Bones. Coming up next or shortly on, what do we got? Track number 1, you could see Denver versus Penn, Jersey for some MRD action. Or on Track 3, coming up Emerald City, your home team hostesses against Copenhagen. Johnny Pepper, it's been lovely.
It has, Mr. Scott Chicken.
Thank you, and we'll talk to you again at some point.
Man, I can't wait. Peace, love, pepper. We're out.